I've said this before, I was born in the late 90s, and I remember what life was like before tech. I remember when people didn't carry around iPhones everywhere and smartphones. I remember when people weren't just sticking their face in their phone. People used to talk more, they used to smile more, they used to be happy. I remember my mom would push me around in the stroller at the local mall when I was younger, and I would look up and people seemed happier. They seemed more friendly, they seemed more outgoing, they didn't seem as stressed. And yeah, I know that's a facet of the time that I grew up in, which was the early 2000s, late 90s. But I think the tech developing and people becoming miserable and the economy getting bad, they're all interconnected. I don't believe in things being compartmentalized. Everything connects to everything in some way, shape, or form. So when you see people just endlessly staring at their phones, and if you think, well, this is it, this is humanity, there is so much more to life than people just staring at their phones. And I think people are starting to realize that as tech becomes more and more and more shoved down everyone's throats at every aspect of their life. It gets exhausting looking at fucking screens all day. I get sick of it. That's why I like to go outside and be in the sun, swim, do my thing, you know? That's just me. Everyone's got their outlet, but I make this video. It's kind of a meandering video, but life before tech was much happier. All those edits that you see of people talking like older brother core and like, Mountain Dew and like, running around outside with your boys, like all the skateboarding clips and people just riding their bikes, being outside. Like, I remember that. Like, it was a different world and people were so much happier. I was so much happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? When you're a kid, you're innocent and a little bit naive to the world. But I do think that there's something to be said for that too, because kids are growing up at such a rapid rate nowadays that they don't even get that anymore. And they're just shoved this screen in front of their face. So life before tech and life without tech is a beautiful thing. If it were up to me, I would get rid of all smartphones and all social media and probably most AI. And I would go back to flip phones where you can call, text, email, listen to music, the basics. We don't need to be walking around with a million different apps and seeing what everyone's doing all at once, because that's too much information for the human brain to manage and handle. So I think that life without as much tech as we have now would be a much happier life, because I remember what it was like. Granted, I was a kid, but man, the memories you make as a kid, they stick with you. And I think there's a lot of truth to it. You see the world for what it kind of is as a kid as well, because it's your first time experiencing everything.